Hello and welcome to the Chivalry 2 survival runs. Today's map is Dark Forest and I'm playing with the spear. However, there are two additional difficulty settings enabled here. I'm playing in first person as well as no HUD. To enable a no HUD, at least what I do, I go to the console and right toggle HUD, and that way I don't see anything. I don't see any tooltips, I don't see any additional assistance such as health, stamina, weapon loadout, and so on. So that additionally already is quite hard to anticipate when you are low on stamina, on health and so on. So instead you have to rely on counting the hits of the you receive from the enemy. And also that does not show you the objective, does not show you whether you landed your hit on the enemy or not. So yeah, pretty difficult. Without further ado, let's comment the run itself. So you can tell that two-handed spear is actually it's very nice to play with it in first person, because if you do mostly stabs, you can see your weapon, the tip of your weapon, and the one that connects with the enemy. And this is helpful if it's already always on your screen, instead of you doing accelerations and then just trying to feel where your weapon is, but it's actually outside of the boundaries of your screen. So with spear it's different, you can always see this tip. So you can always anticipate if it's lands of the enemy or not. This is helpful. So it's rather easy to play in first person with weapons that actually do mostly stabs. So yeah, like a spear. So yeah, the attack, the stabbing from over your shoulder delivers more damage than the one under your hand. So that's why I'm mostly using it. Other than that, I received a hit. I'm not sure if that's friendly or not. So I usually just go back to the ammo crate, just heal up and retrieve the bandage. So again, I have no indications whether I was hit or not, but I had the feeling that I was hit once, probably with a glaive. So I decided not to risk it and just quickly grab, healing bandage and also heal myself. An archer here, not really sure what he was doing. Maybe he really wanted to go for number 2 from all this fighting, That's alright, he didn't make it. Also, yeah, I'm not sure if my special is enabled, whether or not I have accumulated the bandages to heal friendlies. So yeah, I'm not sure about that either, because no tooltip lets me know if I have accumulated. I received a hit from throwing axe. I can see it in my hand. So what I do, I go back and heal, because again, I'm not sure how much damage was done to me. If that was enemy axe, so I would be around 2/3 of my HP. Only. That means that one heavy attack could potentially end me, but more likely 2 attacks. So instead, let's not risk it. I know that I don't see yet blood in the screen, or blood in my arms, but still, it's quite good to heal up whenever you can. I also received an arrow, I feel, not really sure from whom, so have to factor that in also, that I might not be in full HP. But I had people in the back, and that's usually the best tactic in Chivalry, regardless of the gameplay you're playing or the weapon you're using. So yeah, I tried to finish the guy, but apparently he's shielded by my friendlies. So instead, decided not to go in. So yeah, I just remembered that I have quite a few healing items, so just need to dispense as many as I can. Let's go back. So yeah, by the way, in HUD you don't see even the scoreboard, so I'm not really sure what's the score now and my position in it. I know I'm being chased by the enemy. It's not the best weapon for duels, but the spear, but that's okay. I can manage. A bit miscalculation on kick, but that's fine. The enemy removed the block, just very timely. Let's see. So yeah, a duel with a spear. Enemy also miscalculated his kick. And let's see, it's a good fight. So far, pretty, I still had one hit to die also, because all the screen is in red. So it was my advantage, but however, I wanted to commend the enemy, so I wrote good fight, and I also double checked the score. Usually, hopefully you can forgive me for that. I just really wanted to let the enemy know that he did a good job in dueling me, and he was quite good there. So yeah. So I had to go enable HUD just to say good fight for the enemy. And I also double checked the scoreboard, so I think I'm around 8 kills in. which is not, I think that was 8 or something like that. So it's not significant, but again, I'm not sure if I'm killing the enemies or not, but I'll try to do more. Yeah, so I saw too many enemies there in the front, and since this is not a frontline weapon, it should be like an attack from second line where the reach could be abused. So instead just go back and reconvene with your friendlies. So I can form first line and you would be easy in second line, doing what you do best, hitting people from long ranges. So enemy is out of stamina, he lost a weapon. And now he lost his life too. So yeah, that spamming does not really work. I mean, sometimes if I anticipate that, but it's actually better to just spam on your second hit and not with a heavy, but with a light, because those folks like that, they try to spam their way out and we have to catch them. So again, try to hit the person from behind. However, he was killed by ballista, it seems, because his body just flew away from the screen. However, I received a hit too, so I'm not sure how healthy I am. So always, if you're in doubt, you have to go back and heal. Especially when you're playing this mode, when you have no idea how healthy you are and how much stamina you have. By the way, I first tried this mode, or in no hard survival mode, as suggested by Klaxir, the one who's actually assisting me in doing a lot of survival runs lately on live. So yeah, so kudos to him. It's quite interesting, but again, you would be surprised, but it's actually the first time I tried this, and it works already. So again, I might be lucky in some places, but I'm saying it's not really that much different from survival perspective. The thing is, you just, you have to do more trips to the ammo crate. That's it. That's what I can see. But from immersion point of view, that's quite good, except if you're a new player, I wouldn't suggest you do that, because you would not know where to go due to lack of tooltips and lack of objective notifications. That's really nice charging attack on the enemy. See friendly down. Again, I have no indication whether I have the healing items, but apparently I do. I've accumulated quite a bit. And now I can heal them, especially when they're lying down. It is beneficial for me to use my healing item then, because I will receive 50 points for healing and 50 points for reviving the friendly. Also, that does not leave me exposed, because I'm not trying to revive the enemy by giving him my hand, and that way being locked in one place for a bit. So yeah, again, I'm not really sure what the score is. I'm not really sure my position there, but I'm pretty sure I'm healthy because I did not receive a single hit in that exchange. If I did, that was only from friendlies, so it's not a problem. Gun here, tricky. Those trees are not very good for me. And I received a hit from the enemy when he was in active parry. So I need to go back and heal. By the way, those trees, again, they're very bad for first person, but very good if you play third person. You can ambush and stuff. It's like if you hit people behind the corners. However, if you're in confined space, such as in a room or a hallway, then it's much better to use first person. Like for example, if you enter through a door in the ship in Gallencourt, so it's much better to be in first person because you would not see much, and your view would be obstructed. Also, the camera might be a bit shaky when you go through those doorways. So I saw the barrel just landing quite close to me. So that means I have to be extra careful on that front too, because one barrel all it takes if it is thrown from very high up. So yeah, you can insta-kill. At least 150 damage is not like really high amount for it, especially if it's thrown from that gatehouse. So yeah, that should be sufficient to insta-kill. The good thing is that barrels are limited resource out there. I think there's only 2 or 3 there. So not a problem, just wait. I need to wait for a bit. I see one barrel actually survived the fall, so now it's in our hands. No longer poses immediate threat for me. Good blocks by the enemy, but not this one. So yeah, again, you see that it's quite fluid to play with spear when you are in the first person, just because you can see the weapon. So anyone can actually try it. It's like easy mode. So yeah, again, I'm absolutely no idea how the objective is going. So I can only rely on my spider senses. Now again, I don't see the enemy, and that was one mistake. I received a heavy hit, but I now understood that the enemy was quite good in 1 against many. So he does the usual trick, is he blocks from one person and then delivers the hit to the other. Since I know this trick, it's the oldest trick in the book, if you fight 1 against many. So I just retreated and then granted him the last hit. So yeah, always have to respond to what the enemy is doing, except in this situation that those branches from the Spurs tree were not helpful in seeing what's happening due to first person view. In third person, those situations would have been easier. But that's alright. Here I'm pushed against my will by the cart to the fire, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I know that I'm not full HP. Not really sure if that's friendly fire or not, because I cannot tell. But just in case, it's always good to heal up. So I picked up the bandage in case I'm missing one, and I'll try to reapply it. I'll just double check whether or not no, I have any health missing. See, my character responds I can't. That means when I pressed 5, so basically it's bandage, so it means that either I'm full HP or that I don't have bandage. But since I just picked up the bandage from the cart, I know that the issue is that I'm full HP. So that fire was friendly, and that's no problem. I'm full HP now, and I can continue on. Except I don't want to do it too risky. I'm still waiting for catapult boulders to fall from the enemy catapult, and I'm not sure what it is zeroed in. So yeah, you have to still wait. But in the meantime, we can get rid of a few enemies. Again, friendlies are blocking the view when you try to engage the enemy. So just try to hit from behind. Again, but probably kill this guy, except there's no, nobody can tell that because the UI is off. So I'm not sure. But I think they're dying. Again, this guy definitely received assist for. But that's again, no way of telling whether or not that's true. Luckily for us, the catapult, friendly catapult, at least on our left side, is actually zeroed in at the gates. This means that it will do less team kills, and also that means that the objective will soon go, to the next objective. So that's good for us. I see the enemy is charging, but I'm do not yet want to do for dueling. Let's try this time. So one hit is like 100 damage. That's good. I received a hit from the enemy, so it was something like 70 damage. No, that was 50 damage. There was another 50, so I have 150 HP, and I received 2 times 50, so that's 100. So I was one hit, one swing away of dying, but then my jabs and other tricks resolved the issue. So again, it's a bit risky. Since I was still in an isolated environment, I could always run away. I could afford that risk. But if I would see enemies advancing from the other side, I would just simply retreat it. But it's best to fight next to your spawn, because enemy will be a harder time coming to your spawn than it is for your friendlies to come in and assist you in the fight, if something goes south. Again, a very nice charging attack on the enemy, however I did not receive a kill, because the enemy lived. So my spear is completely covered in blood. So this happens when you stick it into a lot of people. And now we can proceed to the next objective, except I still know that Ballista might be operational by the enemy. So just double checking Ballista, and I see one enemy quite close. Charging attack does not work, but overhead does. But the enemy is dead before I could finish him. Now here was a tricky part. I was really hoping that nobody would trigger the hanging item and would insta-kill and end me and my run altogether. I received a hit from what it appears to be a longsword. So that's 40 damage, no problem. But I retreated just in case. So again, knowing how much weapon deals damage is important if you want to fight against no UI. So now I know that I received another swing, so that's another 80 damage, another 40 damage, so at least 80 HP missing. I also received a hit from friendly, so that's, I'm at least missing half of HP, so I just go and heal. This is important, especially if there's no UI component that tracks your health. You have to do it yourself by memorizing the weapons that the enemy has and the damage it does, usually. Or just, you know, if you're hit, just go back and heal. There's a sure way to ensure that you're not dying. So now I have to play safe, because this is sort of last stage. And I'm really not sure where the Duke is. I have no idea how much HP he has, because again, the objective tooltip is missing. That's alright. On the left side, too many enemies were present, so I decided to retreat for a bit and wait for more favorable engagements. Now I'm hesitating whether or not to engage. I can do a few hits like this. Quick kill for the enemy. Also assisted in removing that hammer from another enemy. So I think I engaged here and did a bit additional kill. Spamming enemy. But that's not a problem. Of course, playing from first person, I really like the animations, the ragdolls of the enemies when they fall down. That's pretty cool. You tend to miss those things in third person. But here they look quite good. I mean, I stabbed him in the chest and he just fell down on his back. Pretty cool. Except, of course, it did not impale. I mean, stabbing through such plate armor would be difficult. And now I see a poor fella being humiliated by the enemy. And I returned the favor, so I basically killed the enemy who was humiliating the friendly. And also revived the friendly. So all things considered, I think that was a really nice engagement. And good sportsmanship from the friendly player. Just thanking me with the emote. So pretty good. Not a new player, of course, because he knows the emotes. I do not know all the emotes. I mean, not just immediately. I know few of them, the most important ones. Like follow me, retreat. That's probably the most important ones. A bit tricky situation here. Again, I'm not really sure what's happening behind me, but I'm pretty sure a friendly spawn is there. So usually only friendlies should come here, usually. So in the meantime I can dish out some damage, abusing my range. Like this guy, I mean, he died there without actually scoring a single hit on me. But he hit, I think, some few friendlies. Again, just pure joy to play with a weapon like this. But then you feel that somebody's hacking in your back. So those were friendlies who were trying to just ensure that they can pass through, and they were blocked a bit by us retreating. So we're sort of stuck in one place. But then by carefully moving around, we were able to let friendlies through. Although, how can you call them friendlies if they hack their swords in your back, yeah? Really, I thought I should help folks here, but apparently they're doing fine. So no need. Judging from the music which is playing, I assume that there's less than 2 minutes remaining. So again, I'm not really sure how I can participate here, because I do not know how healthy the Duke is. And I probably have not seen the Duke at all. So an enemy again skilled in one against many. So I was immediately careful, and I noticed that he's blocking my hit with active parry anyway. So and I immediately pressed block and he fell down. Oh sorry, and I blocked his hit, and then consequently he was killed by me. So it's easiest to do counters and receive active parry when you're doing it against swings. So alternating hits is quite important. Also, I heard that ballista bolt just flew right next to me. So which means I have to be extra careful not to be killed by a friendly. So the map is ending by judging by the music, and I had fun. It was quite a difficult challenge. However, I persevered. So all in all, I said GG, well played, and that's 37 kills on my account. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.